Yeah, that was some fun.
I just got your notification. I checked it. See if you're playing earlier. I was laying down there, but
Yeah, I played when I got home for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, I guess. I wasn't at the computer the whole time that I was cooking, so I just threw some combines on it, and then I came up and threw a planter. And
fell asleep last night. I was watching this couple of those guys that I follow. Farmer Wallen's one of them, but he so this since some of those guys play in the cockpit, like kind of like what you do when you race, like they're fully well, it doesn't they don't want like reaching up, hitting the keyboard and and trying to, you know, stream and all that shit at the same time. So those guys trying out this eye sensor where you put it on your monitor and I fell asleep. I didn't get to see how he liked it or not. He was doing the unboxing and the calibration.
yeah, I've Squirrel does that same kind of deal a lot. I'm not that familiar with it, but yeah, it watches. God, I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah, here I can tell you.
Shit. But yeah, he uses that, so it kind of monitors how you turn. You can, when you move your head to the right, your view goes to the right. Same kind of deal, but you're not GPS or VOD or whatever. I can't do the stupid headset stuff.
Well, that's encumbersome. It's hot. You know what I mean? I mean, it's neat, but
And it'll screw with you too. And then if you don't have good eyesight, it ain't worth the shit either.
this thing even has like if you have a lazy. He's like, even if you have a lazy eye, that's probably why I fall asleep. He goes, you can change it to one eye, so it doesn't like. Because I got some friends who have a lazy eye, and you can turn it off.
There's a couple chicks. Yeah, the one she's on right now, Jen Fox, JenFoxx. Check out this chick and see if you think. I'm not watching her. I'm gonna click on her, but I think she's cross-eyed.
But it's Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is what it's called. TOBII.
Eye Tracker.
Tracker 5.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I'll check out this chick here on my iPad.
Yeah, she's right there. She's got it close up. To me, it looks like her left eye goes too far to the center.
Let's see here. I got an advertisement.
Man, she's big on the screen tonight. So it just doesn't look right to me. It goes closer to the center than the right eye does for sure. And she's not the only one. There's somebody else that wants to. I mean, she's hot, I guess. But.
That's not it. What was it? What was her name?
JEN capital FOXX. So it's capital JEN. It's Jen Fox. Oh, it's XXX. 3 X's. So JENFOXX with the J and the F are capital.
With the red shirt on?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of has that Asian look to her.
Maybe. I don't know.
Smiling.
Yeah, this is.
That game all those games, they always look like that. You just swirl around. I never really got those.
With the green screen.
The games was playing.
Yeah, this isn't as good as that. We watch it long enough. You'll see what I'm saying. I don't know unless I'm crazy, but The eye on the right, which is your left eye, goes closer to the center, like over there. Then
Yeah. It's not asymmetrical, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't throw her out of bed when she wouldn't do it on the floor. There, yeah. You see, I don't know. Is that when she looks far to the right?
Let's see. Yeah, I cut that. Yeah, a little bit. Gosh, Jerry, you're pretty picky.
I know. She eats her peas one at a time. It's very plexic.
Give it rosy hue.
But not her corn. She scoops the niblets, but...
Right. Who doesn't like apple pie? Who don't eat apple pie?
But you know what? The chick he ended up marrying, I didn't really think she was all that. I think any of the chicks on the show were pretty much... I mean, and what's his name's, who's the Sandler's wife that looks like Marsha Brady, you know? Remember they thought she was weird and shit? I thought she was one of the hotter ones. The intervention on Jerry. Because she had no friend, or like...
No. One of them was like, he went out with her on her birthday, the first date on
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually like Adam Sandler's wife in real life. And she looks dead on like Marsha Brady.
Marsha Brady.
She's hot. She's attractive. This is a Kathy Lee Gifford song. The bitch must die. Like the second episode ever.
That's the second episode?
Yeah. The bitch must die. It's Cartman. He goes, beefcake. He's like beefing up. Yeah, I gotta love this map. It's just vast. I think it is probably the best map I've ever played. The only drawback is how long it takes to save, and that's just because it's huge.
Yeah, I remember that. He wrote all of that stuff in the like all of this stuff. It's not very much in XML. It's all in the map itself, so that's why.
Oh, and it has a shitload of mods that go with it. It has all you need to, like, I mean, the Combine, you can run 50 mile an hour down the road. You know, it's not super fast in the field, but it's the key that you can drive, anywhere pretty quickly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I remember I've edited a lot of that movie, but that's right. It's just a huge.
What has a great like highway too. What map are you playing that I was watching you today?
Texas.
What?
Big Flat, Texas.
Texas?
Big Flat, Texas. It's brand new map. That's not one you conquered already, and
Oh, Mid-South?
The Big Flat, Texas, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's not bad. If I just went back to the slower equipment, you wouldn't need. I was thinking about that today. It's like, I'm gonna try to get away from the 22-mile-an-hour planter, which I'm running right now, but try to keep everything around like 11 to 12 mile an hour.
When I started again, I guess I kept pondering, like, why would they make these, maps the size? That's what made me. I was thinking the same thing you did, right? I was like, why would they make the maps that size? The game has to work. So that's when I started off. I'm just going to start off with basic stuff, And yeah, it's a slippery slope once you get into capacities and changing. That's like, okay, now I can try to study capacity, and speed doesn't bother me that much. I just buy another machine. I just put 2 out on the field,
Yeah.
And now with this course play, which I'm figuring it out, I ran two planters today.
I was watching that. I was watching you mess with that. I didn't like watch for like half an hour, but that's when you were doing that. And that looks so confusing, dude. And all that time, I was like, dude, I could have hired dudes in that field would have been done. But
well, that's a learning curve, right?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just. Like, I feel like my next map will be like, okay, I'll know exactly what to do, and click, 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 boom, it's done. What works, what doesn't work.
I'm used to doing, if I have 2 combines that'll run around 12 mile an hour with 50 foot, I can do 1 planter that's 22 mile an hour, and he'll keep up. I just every once in a while have to move him back and forth from the sides, where otherwise I'd be running a little bigger plant. You're running that giant 120. I used to have that thing. I don't.
That's a real thing. I didn't believe it, and I went to John Deere's website to verify it, and they actually do make that.
Yeah.
The world's largest.
What is that, like a 64 row? No, it can't be that much. It's like 48, maybe.
120. It's
Well, 120. Oh, that's how many row? I thought that was like the meters or foot or whatever.
Yeah, 30 row. That's what it is.
30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I have like a 24 row with what I've got, and it's like only the intersection. Nah, it has to be way more than 30.
Maybe it is. I'm gonna look here because I went back to that 1720 or whatever. Man, I was like, it looks little.
Well, what sucks is some of those there's some good mods in there that are Stevies that they're not no-till planners, and they say they are. And I got fucked on that before, and so I ended up back with this one that has that little fan-looking thing above it, so you can tell which one it is, and it goes 22 mile an hour, and it's a no-till. Well, I've tried to slow down to like a 15 mile an hour one or a 13 or something. That's a Stevie, but it won't find the field because it's not a no-till planter. I was like, God damn it! What?
There it is. 48 row, 30 inches. That's what it was.
Well, that's the difference. Yeah, when you drill, everything is down to like 7 or 8 inches. But 30-inch rows are the norm now, But yeah, you just get that thing's fucking huge wide, which for my fields would be great, but I don't want it to catch up too quick, so I have to watch it so it doesn't overcome my combine.
Well, once I figure out the course play thing, like you could set the distance of how close you want that thing to get. But I don't know, it slows it down. It does. But anyway, yeah, this pen only runs 9 miles an hour. But if I run two of them like I did today in this cotton field, it's they're up and down. And
It's like 4 rounds. I mean, that was a pretty good sized field.
I made sure it was realistic because I was like, I don't know, man. I don't want to play with anything that's kind of whacked out, you know. And
I was surprised how they waited for each other and anticipated how they had to back up and shit. I was like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, like so the left one starts off, which makes sense, and I put the right one on. It starts second, but as it turns and goes to the up on that opposite end, it takes the lead, just like a track runner would, you know, because the track.
Yeah, let's run. Yeah. I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I'll tell you what really changed my game was this. Saved me a lot of time. Is this sprayer? And I went on to John Deere's website too because it says it runs at 20 miles an hour, and I'm like, oh no way. Sure enough, John Deere's website runs 21.7 miles an hour in the field.
I saw. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's I don't know the exact model that my cousin had. He just recently got out of the spraying business. I think. Well, it was partially when my dad left. It was just him and the other guy does not like doing. Bob is not a very smart guy. I don't know, but he doesn't.
The small car is with Florida.
So he just doesn't like dealing with that. You have to calculate, how much water, how much. And so Barry was just tired of doing it for him. So he said, fuck it, I'm not going to go spraying. You pay for your own, and I'll pay for my own. Because the sprayers are expensive. They are really crazy expensive.
Well, it's almost like the very first thing that you like when I started new man, first thing I gotta buy is lime. Man, it's like, okay, it lets you know, like I can't really go without it.
Yeah, because you're doing the weed thing. I really should. I don't.
You don't have to.
Weeds weren't part of like the first 10 years for me playing this game, and now they are. But
you just play whatever. I mean, it's personal. It's I listen to guys all the time like, I hate weeds. I turn weeds off. I mean, that's just I don't seem to mind them.
I think it needs to be there more than rocks. Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to pick up rocks near the ditch. but it's not like something you have to do every year or even every 5 years. They don't fuck with that anymore.
It's not that way anymore. The only time I do rocks now is if I buy a new field. That's it.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. I tried to do that on the No Man's Land thing. It was insane, dude. I was like, this is crazy. I how to spend this much time is slowing everything down. And I was only trying to do like a fifth or sixth of a field at a time because it took so long, and you had to had to dump it. And I did buy the goddamn lime thing just to make it worthwhile. Because
pressure.
well, yeah, what am I gonna do with all these rocks? I only, in No Man's Land, I turned every square that I owned completely into a farm. Where am I going to dump these rocks?
You got to leave like a dump somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, because they start heading up pretty quick. Oh man, then I did that other map this weekend, which I need to go back to that. I only stopped because of the 6-month thing, because I spent hours plowing to make field on that giant fucking Farmer Bob's map. I have to force myself to go back to that because I'm not kidding, dude. I mean, I wasn't like sitting there looking at it the whole time. We're home this weekend, and I'm like, but hours and hours to make sure. And then I'd look over and I'm like, oh, god damn it. And it got off the center line and it turned around and go back at like a little sliver of fucking land and get fucking plowed. No, you probably haven't even seen that. I mean, I created a big ass fucking field.
No, I don't know. It seems like I've been gone, but I did go on his website this afternoon and checked it out.
That thing is vast. It's kind of cool.
It's like, yeah, he does good stuff. I thought it was right up your alley, big, flat, open.
Yeah, I'll jump on here once. I'll have to show you. And it saves a lot faster because there's nothing on the map. Okay. My stream's still up. I'm switching over.
I see you scrolling through there.
I wanted to make sure I had a little mod started. I threw in that one, which totally throws me off now because it's all bushel. I'm not used to it.
Oh yeah, I just loaded that. I guess I haven't switched. I mean, I loaded it, but I haven't turned it on. Mine still says liters. That'll probably screw me up. I've been looking at liters for so long now. But I saw that and I thought, well, I'll get that for you. Thought it was cool.
Okay, so both my fields are ready. You see this map? It's fucking insane.
Wow. It's like, so it's just like No Man's Land. It's just there's no fields, just wide open, just plots.
You had to buy the whole. Like I bought all of 3 up here. Now you can see. 391,000. I had 500,000, but $200,000 debt. So the worst part is that once you finish the field up, you have to pay for that whole thing on the fucking soil tests.
Yeah.
That's just insane, you know. So I actually reimbursed myself on that part because I was like, this isn't fair. I should be able to just buy that field. Because in the other map where I created fields, I could just buy the field in No Man's Land. But
Yeah.
not here. So I reimbursed myself once I did it. So this bottom left field is the one I made. This is it's the big, because I was like, man, if I make a field, it's got to be the biggest one on the fucking map. So I had to beat this one over on 2, which it took me fucking forever.
Wow.
I mean, the thing is giant. I can't even explain it to you. I don't think I can visit. It's just, this is massive, and you can't, barely see across it. This is the field that I got with it, and it was already done, so now I just got to harvest these 2. Pretty crazy, though. But this is a 16x map. Like, let me see if I can go.
That's 16 times the size of mine.
How do I get there? So you need, wait. Oh, it's already saved. Hi. I could tell by when I tagged it. I had to go off to the right. Okay, there. But look how vast this is, dude. It's just flat.
And those yellow things are your fields?
Well, I know I'm off to the right of that elevator, so I think I can see it up there now. The beans are.
That's cool.
Yeah, here I am. This is the start of my field. This is the field I created. Oh, let me go up. You can do some above thing.
Dude, I don't know how many guys. That's just massive.
How do you fly up? I saw you do that.
I use a joystick, but it's gonna
But
be.
you changed like a setting, like to flying or something.
Yeah. You turn on the. You know how to turn it on in the F12.
Where is that?
Very top settings. There you go.
Flight mode.
Okay, then you got to turn the one on below it, too. No, I mean in that tab, like you turn it on, and then you got to activate the key thing. So the center row there, the top.
Okay. So here's the field that I created, which doesn't look that big. But it took me, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to plow. And
Oh, there it is. Okay, now it finally just caught his own tape delay. But cloudy. Well,
so there it is. It's a good size, I think. I don't know. 95 acres, it says.
let's go.
So anyway, eventually, yeah, I want to fill all the way towards that that elevator. That's the only place I can sell beans. That's why I bought this plot up here. Plus, it had good loam ground. But
That's wild.
so you can see, yeah, look at that. I just got. I don't even know what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like 1/14th. That one field probably is. It's crazy. But it's nice and flat.
Well, the rest is a 16 map too, though. But
Yeah, it's a 16. And look at these little. You can go down. There's these little tiny fields right here. I don't even know what the hell you'd have those for.
You put your factories on those. That's what they usually leave those for. So you can buy something little, stick a
48 million for that fucker. See, this is only 391,000, dude, and it's like it's 65% loan. But you have to cut. I mean, looks like you have one field in each sector to start off with. Otherwise, you have to cut. So I just spent the time just running that goddamn plow. I'd like to get maybe one of those plows a little bigger, a couple mile an hour faster or something. Takes a while to drive there too. Whew. It's way down here where the store is.
Yeah. Well, I was going to mention this to you. I mean, it's just a suggestion. Like, so some of those guys, they play what's called fast farming, and I've never used it, obviously, but it's a mod. And then you don't have to have special implements that way. You can just go in and I want to run this speed, and you can use some of the contemporary, like you could use that planner, you can use all the new stuff, and the mod changes the speeds for you versus having to get mods that run that fast. That's an option for you. I don't know where it's at. It's called fast farming.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you can just. I really like to get down to where it's the same speed. I don't really want to run over 12 for anything, truthfully.
I mean, I can show you how to change all that stuff. I mean,
oh, I'm sure I can find it. Yeah. You search for the XML for that number and then swap it out.
But it's usually not miles per hour. It's usually like a rating, and I've done enough of that to where I know where it's at.
Okay.
A lot of times it's in kilometers. That's what it was. So like if it'll say 12, that's 12 kilometers, and now you just change it to 14, and then go in and play it and see how fast it runs, and then adjust it accordingly.
Yeah, sure. So now that I can make this one work with my time, I most likely can if I buy a house. Well, I'll probably go back to this one.
I'll probably spend more of my time, which I enjoy, the SimCity part of it. And construction costs is where all my money goes. I like modifying, adding buildings, silos. I love silos. Those are just things I like to do. Build my farm to where and then once I get done where it's like, okay, it looks good, then it's like I can probably be done.
Yeah, I can see you go all out on the beautification and shit like that. I'm usually just form and factor, I guess, at the beginning because I don't worry about. I'll do a gas tank and a repair thing, but I don't build like sheds and shit for a long time. I just like on the No Man's Land, just use as much land as I can for farming.
Yeah, you would have rolled over, man, because I was checking some stuff out, and like these guys they'll take like that whole south, I don't know, 6 or 7 of those blocks, and they'll turn those into like a little city, and I'm like, man, you would freak out. Put in all the roads, and I'm like, that's all valuable farmland.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like my commercial building management thing. Use everything you can to lease. Everything's got to make $1. Yeah, this is cool though. I'm gonna make the biggest field you're ever gonna see on this map.
That's wild. And I mean, that's yeah, it's just. I watched that farmer cop. He had 10 things to do, would like to try new things or want to have a goal. So I'm like, okay, what's my goal going to be? My goal is going to learn how to do cows, or my goal is going to do like I'm going to learn how to do anhydrous. This one I want to learn how to do anhydrous. I want to learn how to do course play. You know, that's my goal. Once I figure that out, then I'm going to move on to maybe something smaller, because there's something about the smaller maps because I get to be more in the equipment. You know what I mean? And slows it down a little bit. I'm kind of stressed out just trying to get these big fields done, but
Yeah, it stresses me with the all the hired hands.
I imagine. I mean, but you know,
That just
it's something
reminded
to
me, I need to
do.
set up my 20 man that works.
I mean, there's some guys who play like there's a challenge like on that one. I was at Farmer Bob's page today, and one of those maps, I think it's South Africa. That's why I was asking about where did you download it, because it takes you to that page where you got to pay for it. But it has like in the map, built in the map, it has like a hill challenge or something. And when you go, and you can play it on multiplayer, and but you're like in the cab, you can only get out of the cab once to try to, just so you have the experience, I guess, of playing in the cab the entire time. But yeah, it's really diverse. It's got some guys who just do role play. Like they have Giants released an ambulance and a firefighter, and they're like, why would they do that for? You know, like what are you going to put a fire out with? Well, it's for the guys who like to make role play movies. You know,
Huh.
so it'll probably move. You know, this has so many different elements: fast play, slow play, in cab. You know, yeah, cockpit. I thought about that, but I definitely would play small maps if I'm in the cockpit because, yeah,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
you get out, hook up your implements and all that shit. You don't want very. I mean, I have 60 calves here, and I can't. I got to go to 2 day. I got to go to 2 day months because I can't keep them fed fast enough. But I don't need them because my factory's already got all the milk it needs right now. So I kind of let it go on or run it for a few months and then turn it off. I just didn't. Didn't want to pay for the corn, so now I put in corn, and then that led me to, well, I want to learn how to do anhydrous. So I got that farm simulator anhydrous. But I don't know if it's really 100% right either, because I think you got to plow the field every time. I mean, I turned it off, but like in realistic, like I want to know how they really, really do it. Well, I figured out they inject it right into the ground.
Yeah.
So I got that. I got the cultivator that injects it. So it's kind of cool.
Damn, I'm dating that.
I don't know. It's field and sky.
Holy crap! I can only go to 500,000. I'm gonna have to get myself some cash to make it through.
Banker's best friend. Banker's farmer's best friend.
I don't have all my damn mods. See, that's the nice thing about that. Fucking Wild West has those combines that can run 50 mile an hour.
Right.
But you know, because you're miles away from your field, it's even more important on this fucking map. It takes 10 minutes to drive the goddamn field.
Yeah, I hate driving. Well, you might want to look into that fast farming mod just to see, because then you could just like that. You just go into the menu and I want to run this speed. I guess it doesn't make you mod dependent. Just one mod controls all the speed of everything. So here's a question for you: if you're, it seems like I don't have to fertilize twice anymore. So like in the precision farming, like if it says this field is perfect, if the nitrogen's perfect, do you have to put on a second coat or not?
No, like beans, you don't even have to fertilize at all.
Right. I guess I just thought we had. It seems like, I guess since maybe it's because I'm drilling, I don't have to do a second coat. I don't know. Seems like I just have to. I don't even think I need the nitrogen sprayer anymore. Just need it for weeds.
No.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's crazy, man. Just driving across this flat, giant fucking. You can do whatever you want. This would be great for you. Do like building cities, dude.
It looks pretty fast.
Look at it. It's just as flat as fuck for as far as you can see.
It's like Mars or something. Like, or, like you're playing on a planet.
Yeah, well, it's like, yeah, we're like out in the Wild West with big equipment. My field, right over there.
This is the one you got from Farmer Bob, right?
Yeah, that's Farmer Bob's, yeah. 16x, totally open except for a few little feet, but it has the cell points.
Yeah,
it takes forever before you can even see the field. How much does that sprayer cost? Like 400 bill?
3, yeah, something like that.
3 something? Man, that's a good deal, I think. I remember talking to my dad about those sprayers, and he's like, they're fucking crazy. I said, yeah, they're like 400 plus thousand in the game. Oh, that's too cheap. But I guess you haven't added on all the shit to it yet.
That's just the tractor.
Yeah, you know, the tank and the booms. And
yeah.
I think it'd be at least 300 grand. If you look at the other one, it's like 495 or so. It's just more expensive than a combine. But
yeah. It runs in the field. It runs 20 miles an hour. I was like, oh man, went to John Deere's website. I mean, I was reading stuff on John Deere's website, thinking I was reading mods because it's like, I was like, what page am I on? Because it's talking about all this Sight C spray, Star Spray, and fucking Starfire. Like, I was like, damn, those modders got it right.
Well, and you have to be like huge. I was talking to my dad about that because there's been lawsuits recently because of like the different kinds of beans. Of course, there's been Roundup beans, but there's another brand now that has a weed killer tied to it, and you have to be very careful to what your neighbor is growing, because you can drift and take out. And there was some issues with that with Barry, but the neighbor said, don't worry about it. It was your fault or whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of shit you got to watch out for now because of these GMO plants that can be wiped out by a certain herbicide.
Right. Some cross contamination, huh?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's huge. That's like a real big deal.
Bet.
Well, you got to know your neighbors and you got to talk to them. That's pretty much it. I'm still driving to the first field, dude. And this is the closest field.
That's crazy. That's insane.
By the time you can buy this is going to be great. I just tried to, I liked that plot, and then I saw where they sold beans, so I think I'm in the right spot, but holy crap. This map is hopefully now I can make it grow without 17 months of grow time or whatever. I don't know what the fuck happened. What mod is causing that problem,
I have no idea. It's wild.
Oh shit, I got YouTube playing in the background. I'm probably going to get mail for copyright infringement.
Probably. Oh my god.
That last night, man, when I went to bed, it sounded like Vietnam and shit, and I fell asleep like a rock. They're starting up already. So I'm coming up on the little, like, I guess downtown of this map. You're gonna see these four little screwed ups. I don't know what they were thinking here, but
Check it out.
maybe a mule. I guess a mule. Through these little fields. Is that your garden? So that's the fields it comes with. Well, besides one in each quadrant.
Hang on, what's behind? Closer as you drive into the field.
So you see the size, there's like 1 through 5, and then 6 and 8, and my giant nice field. No number. I wish I could, can we assign a number?
I don't know. I think so. I think I watched Farmer Bob talk about how to assign the field number. But you know, that's 40 minutes just watching him do that.
See, what's fucked up is like I can't. Unlike the No Man's Land, I can't just click on what I made a field into. It's just that's this whole area. 3,222 acres I bought for 391,000.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Wow.
$65% loan, dude. I can make some big money off this big plot of land. 3,200 acres. I eventually want to turn the whole, it's like, all except this northwest quadrant, this little section right here. I'm going to turn the whole thing into a big field.
That's huge.
This is giant. Break out your vet recently?
We took it on, Cincinnati Reds and all that stuff.
Oh, did you? Cool. Finally, I've reached my second field. Didn't you have like a buying spot where you could put it on your own field or something? Farm?
Yeah, I think that's on the server. You just need to activate it. It's VIP. I can't remember the name of it is, but the shop delivers it to you as a VIP customer, and they charge you like, I don't know, 5%. But they'll deliver it to you anywhere you want. I just hop out,
Gotcha.
hit the buttons, and it pling. Yeah, if you may put it on the Dropbox, just let me know.
What was that?
If you need me to send it to you, just let me know. Put it up there sometime.
Oh, the mod. Yeah, there's only one up on the Dropbox. Is that bushel thing? I still wish they would show as you're going through the field with the combine bushel per acre. That was the one mod that I liked on 19, but I can't seem to find. But and the bushels is great, but I've been playing it so long with the leaders. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know what. It's like totally learning it again, I guess.
Right. I thought the same thing too.
I mean, obviously, the higher the better. So, and I know when I talk to Dad, like, yeah, that's about what beans are running, 13, 14. It's crazy. When I was home, it was like $5 or $6, but corn was like not even $2, which is like 4 or 5 times that now. But it means nothing when you have inflation, factored in.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's just. I'll watch like Seinfeld or Perry Mason. I'll do that. So they'll come in. Here's $10,000. I want to hire you. So I'll go to my phone and I'll do inflation calculator. I'll say, Siri, what was $10,000 in 1957? Boom. It'll be like 8 times that, almost like 100 grand.
Yeah. But then he takes the one I watched last night or night before was like 78 cents, I think.
Up from that kid.
It was a chick and she didn't have much money, and then because some other guy's like, well, what? How can I? Well, I'm already retained. Well, for how much? 78 cents or some shit like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people going on stuff.
I'm like, how can you find that before that badass car and that and Paul Drake? I guess your homosexual loves fucking.
I think that's just a rumor.
You think so? You don't think he was really gay?
I don't know. I think he will. I mean, I think if you read his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I wouldn't. How would I know? He has it's his features. I'd like to know more about his background. His lips and his eyes are like amazing. We just watched one a few minutes ago. We usually watch one a night during the week.
Yeah, he's got those blue eyes. You can really see it in the
Blue? No way. They look just black. Like brown or black. They're blue?
Yeah, if you watch Rear Window, they're blue.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, we watched that. Yeah, I own that. Yeah, we love all those movies. We just watched The Birds last weekend.
Yeah.
Carly did. I was kind of crashed out, but I woke up to it.
It's great. And even I didn't watch Psycho for the longest time, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it's weird. Vertigo is pretty weird.
North by Northwest, I think, is probably the most fan favorite. I like it. I like it. I also like the one with, I like Doris Day a lot. So I would do Doris Day. She is, you see her on Johnny Carson, she is smoking hot, man.
Yeah, she has a killer voice.
Killer boy and killer tits. It's unbelievable.
But Grace Kelly, how can you beat that in Rear Window?
He had a thing for her.
She's stunning. Well, Hitchcock, yeah. He
Wow.
Well, he did the same thing to Tippy. He like sexually fucking pretty much assaulted them, like, you know, not even, you know, but I mean, he was like totally hitting on him. He tried to fuck. I think he fucked Tippy Hedren's fucking career because she wouldn't fuck him. Ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah, I saw Doris Day on Johnny Carson. Yeah, I love her voice. So she's in the one where he's from Indianapolis. He's in I don't know, insurance or something, and that's the one where the man who knew too much or too little.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah, you gotta watch that one. I don't know if that's the right name though, if I'm naming it right.
That, I mean, it sounds familiar. I know we have a whole group of.
Yeah, the man who knew too little, I think, or knew too little. He's because he gets information on a bus. He's going to Africa or something on a trip with his wife from Indianapolis. It's Doris Day. He's a music, going to sing at a theater, and some CIA dude or something whispers something in his ear, and so he knows something, you know. So then his hotel gets broken into and shit.
North by Northwest. That was a big one too.
Yeah, Cary Grant. Cary Grant. Judy.
Judy. It's like the weakest thing.
So, Judy. I mean, I've never even seen that movie. Whatever he's portraying, Judy.
No, I haven't either. Yeah, this field is pretty damn impressive, dude. I spent hours. Look, you can't even see all the way across it. Love it.
No, that's right up your. When I saw that, I laughed. I was like, "Oh, this is perfect for him."
It was brutal, dude. I'm like, God damn. So then it was like halfway through, I started the planter, and I said, when the planter catches up to me, that's when I'm stopping this fucking field. It's just, yeah, I was really getting burnt out, but I really didn't have to pay much attention except at each end of the field. We were just watching weird shit on TV. So. It's the nice thing about that, except you just can't hire a hired hand. Can you do that thing you do to the plow? Open ground?
It's got to have a field.
Yeah, so that wouldn't work. Because I was like trying to think of any way I could. And I don't even have GPS. So I have a straight line, and then I'd walk away. I come back like, God damn it, it looks straight. And then I'm like veered off by a little amount, turn around, go back. It's like
Did you check the paint just to see if you could paint it in? No, then you could do the borders. You could just do the borders, and then it probably would. Then you could probably.
I'm all about speeding it up, but I think that's just kind of weak.
Okay. Like everybody has their own thing. I get it.
You know, I don't know. I think if I'm going to do this kind of a map, I don't want to just click and draw and then, no, I can do it.
Everybody has their, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and I plant and do all that at twice the speed, but I don't know. Otherwise, it's too fast for me. You know, I gotta have the fix. I gotta come up with some way of keeping the buzz going, and then it's to where I have to make my own fields.
That's exactly what I am. That's kind of where I'm at, like in this, medium size, smaller size. It's like, okay, this is where it works for me. And then it's like, okay, do I need more capacity? No. I finally got it on this map. I finally got a combine. He's like, I get on John Deere's website. What is the largest capacity of a hopper on combine? I can tell you, it's like 17,000 liters.
17, yeah. Oh, I know. Me and my dad talked about that once before. He wasn't really familiar with the liter, but he had an idea, and I was like, And because the semi, yeah, I was hauling some. He's like, oh no, no, no. And I know that myself because I've ran the hardware wagon, you know, and my dad's, you know, they have the scales built in. I told you that, and so you learn a little bit about that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of up to this, you know, my dad's like, so I was like, how much I give him? Just ask him. He'll tell you what he wants. So then I come up, get a scale. Yeah, how much you want? You can fill me on up, dude. Because like, if he knows he's not going too far, he's not worried about getting pulled over. And that's kind of what it was all about. That's just like, ask him what he wants. Okay. What do you want? Fill me up. Okay. Fuck off.
Yeah, I guess it's not like a bartender that gets sued for DUI. They'd have to go back to them.
Well, and some of them want to, you know, if they get that, they're going to want to have you pay for the ticket. So it's like, otherwise, I was like, okay, you don't want to, you know, just you tell me, you know. So he climbs up on his truck, and he, you know, does the little choke off thing, and which is moved to the next, you know, hopper, and just keep on going until, because it was probably 50-50, really. I probably had as many times as they told me to only go to this amount, but, you know, I'm not hauling a lot, and it probably, like I said, made a big difference on how far we were from the elevator. When you're like a mile and a half from the elevator outside of Royal, you're probably not worried about getting pulled over.
Okay, I got both my planners going, one right, one to the left. Let's see what works. I think I got it down this time. So you get the first one going on their left and get him off and going. And then you go in, they got this little copy, which copies the course. Then you jump back into the other tractor and then you hit paste. And then you just make sure you click him on the right side. And then it works.
I can't seem to get like into the tractor because I flew up.
You can get into the tractor if you fly down close to the ground. I usually can, but just scroll around, I guess.
They won't let me in. What the fuck?
You got super strength on, it won't let you in with that. Usually. Super strength is the same key as entering. Go to side by side. See, that's what I like. I know it takes a long time fucking around with it.
This is a pain in the ass. What the fuck do I do? It shows it's disabled, but it shows it's. God damn it. Now as soon as I get out of a vehicle, I can't get into a vehicle.
I've had a couple glitches like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Should have never did that fly shit. Could we actually get a fucking goddamn north, south, east, and west? I mean, the basic farmer shit, or we just like gonna have to break out the fucking, what do they call that on the solstice or whatever on the goddamn shit? What the fuck? Why can't I tell which way's fucking north? I guess you're gonna have to look at the stars. Nope, it's all clouds.
Yeah, you pull up your little mini map, or maybe make it big. That's 9 or whatever.
Yeah, I need to get that giant planner you got. So my weak little fucking 12 row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You got that planner, then you could either maybe you could customize the speed, or you could just get the fast thing, and then you could use all those contemporary, nice new mods.
Oh, this is the 22 mile an hour planter. I guess I shouldn't blame. It'll catch up. Yeah. Farming on the Great Plains. Drive 800 miles to the field. Is that a glitch, that thing in the air, or is that part of your deal? I've seen that on a map that I downloaded.
But you can, here, I'll show you. It's this little, it's how much of the course do you want to see? So there's that setting, and then, or you can just have what you saw was this beginning and the end. You see the course out there now, how it's laid out.
Yeah, I see the right and left.
You see the boxes over there on the right. It's
Yeah.
kind of parking spot. It's hard to see on the white ground, but it's there, yeah.
fuck?
It's good. It's a big up the field.
I don't know. My combine seem plenty full. Saquon Barkley. Quan Barkley. Yeah, of course my YouTube just ended up going to Bob and Tom show today, which is good. I didn't miss it. Oh, you're lucky to make it. 69%. Come on, Sarah. What in the hell? Like a violent reaction there on your deal.
Yeah, it doesn't like. I never said I had to get rid of my auger wagon. It doesn't like split systems like that. You need to have
Sharp turns or something.
sweeping turns because it can't really manipulate the back when it backs up. So learning curve. I just wanted to try it. I thought it looked kind of cool. It's really just for looks. I got a bigger drill. They don't make that many big drills, or cedar drills.
Yeah, there's one like that that's bigger than that has that triple setup.
Yeah, I won't use this setup again.
Unless I just.
I don't like it either. I've done it before too.
It can't back up. It's fucking. Watch, it's gonna flip again. Now, if I have it on hard turns, the other one's on sweeping turns. So it just kind of cuts the corner. This one's on a sharp turn, and it doesn't know how to back it up. I need to change that to sweeping turn.
It's surprising they can't do the backup. From what I remember, it could, but it's not easy as a person to do. You know, my dad was really good with that. With a tongued, grain wagon, it was amazing. My dad could actually back up a tractor with 2 tongued wagons hooked end to end. I couldn't even do one.
No, they're hard. I watched my cousin do that. They had at his county fair when they're kids. That was
Oh, a skills thing. Yeah. Oh, my dad can win that no freaking problem. I tried. I couldn't do it.
yeah, and they they take that plate off of the brakes so they independently use the brakes to do that. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
In the toe plate.
Well, and that's usually you can just flip it over and knock it off. But yeah, that's huge. That is the biggest part of it, probably.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen anybody do that. So he's using those. He took off that pin, the plate, so he could use both brake. Independently use each brake. I'm like, wow. Yeah, that's growing up doing that shit. That's what that is as a kid. That's cool.
Yeah, you back them into a grain bin and shit. This is like barely bigger, like a foot on each side than the wagon. We had these John Deere chassis wagons. They were Hills Brothers bins. They were orange, and we had John Deere chassis under them, like spring loaded. Yeah, I was always amazed by it. I don't know. I can't do a tongue wagon backing up. It's just, and to do 2, it was insane. I was like, that's crazy.
It is. You just gotta treat everything as straight as possible, and then if you do get something out of skew, you're playing all those angles. It's like, okay, yeah, it's crazy. I can't even back up the one in the game with this single. I had to get rid of it because I'm like, fuck this, man. I'll just get a different auger wagon. It's all fixed, I was like, yeah, okay, it works better.
I love this massive bean field. Man. I was like, I could stop. But I was like, I am gonna have the biggest goddamn field. There's no freaking way they're gonna. Boom, boom, boom. I can't tell if that's a gun or a firearm. I'm looking forward to go home and do some shooting.
Is that what you're doing this weekend?
No, I told my work I was because I volunteered for the 4th last weekend and then I got postponed. I feel bad a little bit. Like, I can't make the second weekend. I didn't really want to volunteer anyway. I get my bonus this week, so that'll tell me if I'm feel bad about it or not. To get my full bonus. They changed kind of the requirements like the last minute, which is a bunch of bullshit. Typical crap that our director would do, but my boss is like, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. But
Another little neat thing about the little course play menu is that once you set up the course, it'll say like 17 minutes to combine this field. I'm like, oh my God, it takes that long, or 38 minutes to harvest, you know?
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I wish it would just, yeah. Well, I'm gonna wind down, and I think I'm gonna get off. I got quite a bit down here, and need to focus for these long days. I know I'm gonna have a long day tomorrow for sure.
Cool. Yeah.
Kind of pretty easy today, so
Yeah, I'll probably be on again.
we got. See, it seems like Tuesday or whatever, but it's really Thursday. So
It's great.
I got accountability tomorrow and meeting, and then having a little leaves from Phoenix on Friday. I don't know. It's just, I'm gonna watch the dog. I just don't know how much I'm into her. I don't know. I mean, she's cool, but I don't know. I'm like, she wants me to fly to Phoenix, and I can, but I don't know if I want to take that much time off work. I guess I don't know. It's cheap. It's cheap. Fly to Phoenix is like $130.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
round trip or something. It's crazy.
Flights are really cheap right now, especially if you go, to major.
I can figure it out. She's like, oh yeah, fucking, they all fly to Phoenix all the time, so it's so cheap. Like, wow.
Yeah. Enjoy the trip before make your decision.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just I got shit. I feel like I got to get done at work, but I don't know. I mean, I can't. I think this knife guy's supposed to come in and sharpen my knives, my blades, which I think that'll help.
Cool.
It's nice if you were like my age and had done this for 20 years, and you know the fucking system, and it'll be nice next year. to know the system.
Sure. Yeah, you'll know a lot more about it.
Yeah, I think this is it for me. I think I'll just tinker around with this. Even though Jim Fawcett gave me a call, he's with Dean over the weekend. How was your 4th of July? I know he's just feeling me out.
Yeah. Think about it.
I miss the money, I do, but I don't need to buy anything right now. I already have everything I want. It's really just luxury problems, but I guess I could be saving a lot if I was making what I was making.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I made a lot more. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not hurting, so my bonus makes up for a lot of that. We'll see how it is this year.
That's what's nice about management, you know. But
Yeah. I had to make sure it is. Guys below us don't even know anything about all that, but
no, they don't. Never will.
well, cool, man. I'll probably be back on tomorrow night.
I'll probably come home when I get home from work and get on before I go to my meeting.
Cool.
All right, man. Good catching up.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too.